African music. For today's video lesson, we are going to deal with African music, including its historical background and sample music. Objectives: describe historical and cultural background of African music. Identify different types and characteristics of African music. Africa is the second largest continent with a population of approximately 700 million people. Its geography are the largest desert, Sahara, rainforest, forest jungles, mountains, rivers and lakes, and the Great Rift Valley, mostly tropical climate and lots of animals: elephants, gorillas, chimpanzees, monkeys, crocodiles, rhinoceroses, giraffes, and lions. It is also composed of over 800 languages and cultures. Africans include music in many aspects of their lives, from religious ceremonies to social gatherings to landmarks in the life cycle. Music also plays an important role in many traditional methods of healing. In such settings, people may be divided by age, gender, or class. But not all African music is performed with a group or for an audience. People also play instruments or sing to themselves for pleasure and to relieve stress. Words play an important role in African music. In many African societies, music is closely linked to the oral tradition of spoken or recited literature. Storytelling frequently includes songs, and some forms of music mimic the spoken word. Talking drum music uses drum beats with different tones to echo the sounds of language. Many musical forms are based on the singing and storytelling, and musicians sometimes use their instruments as voices that speak a language. African music is rarely just for instruments. Musicians and listeners alike take great interest in the lyrics. Singing styles range from solo performances to large group participation. When singing in a group, individuals may sing the same words together. However, in a style known as polyphonic, each person voices a different phrase or syllable to create a variety of vocal patterns and combinations. In Africa, music is generally considered inseparable from words, dance, and the occasion for which it is performed. It is not linked to specific notes and rhythms within measured units of time. Instead, African musicians play music based on their own individual sense of rhythm or on rhythmic phrases they have learned. The emphasis in African music is placed more strongly on rhythms than on melody and harmony. Repetition is used as an organizing principle on top of which improvisation is built. And musical instruments are made from natural elements. Here are traditional music of Africa. African traditional music is largely functional in nature, used primarily in ceremonial rites, such as birth, death, marriage, succession, worship, and spirit invocations. Others are work-related or social in nature, while many traditional societies view their music as entertainment. It has a basically interlocking structural format, due mainly to its overlapping and dense textural characteristics as well as its rhythmic complexity. Its many sources of stylistic influence have produced varied characteristics and genres. Some types of African music. 1. Afrobeat is a term used to describe the fusion of West African with Black American music. 2. Apala is a musical genre from Nigeria in the Yoruba tribal style to wake up the worshippers after fasting during the Muslim holy feast of Ramadan. Percussion instrumentation includes the rattle, sekere, thumb piano, agidigbo, bell, agogo, and 2 or 3 talking drums. 3. JITTERBUG is a hard and fast percussive Zimbabwean dance music played on drums with guitar accompaniment, influenced by MBIRA-based guitar styles. 4. JIVE is a popular form of South African music featuring a lively and uninhibited variation of the jitterbug, a form of swing dance. 5. JUJU is a popular music style from Nigeria that relies on a drum kit, keyboard, pedal steel guitar, and accordion are used along with the traditional dun-dun, talking drum or squeeze drum. 6. KWASSA is a dance style begun in Zaire in the late 1980s, popularized by KANDA Bongo Man. In this dance style, the hips move back and forth, while the arms move following the hips. 7. MARABI is a South African three-chord township music of the 1930s to 1960s which evolved into African jazz. Possessing a keyboard style combining American jazz, ragtime and blues with African roots, it is characterized by simple chords and varying vamping patterns and repetitive harmony over an extended period of time to allow the dancers more time on the dance floor. Latin American music influenced by African music. Reggae is a Jamaican sound dominated by bass guitar and drums. The most recognizable musical elements of reggae are its offbeat rhythm and staccato chords. Salsa music is Cuban, Puerto Rican, and Colombian dance music. It comprises various musical genres including the Cuban son montuno, guaracha, cha-cha-cha, mambo, and bolero. Samba is the basic underlying rhythm that typifies most Brazilian music. It is a lively and rhythmical dance and music with 3 steps to every bar, making the samba feel like a time dance. There is a set of dances rather than a single dance that define the samba dancing scene in Brazil. Thus, no one dance can be claimed with certainty as the original samba style. Soca is a modern Trinidadian and Tobago pop music combining soul and calypso music. Weary This is Muslim music performed often as a wake-up call for early breakfast and prayers during Ramadan celebrations. Relying on pre-arranged music, it fuses the African and European music styles with particular usage of the natural harmonic series. Zouk is fast, carnival-like rhythmic music, from the Creole slang word for party, originating in the Caribbean islands of Guadeloupe and Martinique and popularized in the 1980s. It has a pulsating beat supplied by the guoka and tambour belay drums, a tibwa rhythmic pattern played on the rim of the snare drum, and its hi-hat, rhythm guitar, a horn section, and keyboard synthesizers. Vocal forms of African music. Maracatu first surfaced in the African state of Pernambuco, combining the strong rhythms of African percussion instruments with Portuguese melodies. The maracatu groups were called nacos, nations, who paraded with a drumming ensemble numbering up to 100, accompanied by a singer, chorus, and a coterie of dancers. The maracatu uses mostly percussion instruments such as the alfaiaye, terrell and caixadigueira, gong, agbe, and minheiro. Blues is a musical form of the late 19th century that has had deep roots in African American communities. These communities are located in the so-called Deep South of the United States. The slaves and their descendants used to sing as they worked in the cotton and vegetable fields. Soul music was a popular music genre of the 1950s and 1960s. It originated in the United States. It combines elements of African American gospel music, rhythm and blues, and often jazz. The catchy rhythms are accompanied by hand claps and extemporaneous body moves, which are among its important features. Other characteristics include call and response between the soloist and the chorus, and an especially tense and powerful vocal sound. The term spiritual, normally associated with a deeply religious person, refers here to a Negro spiritual, a song formed by African migrants to America who became enslaved by its white communities. This musical form became their outlet to vent their loneliness and anger, and is a result of the interaction of music and religion from Africa with that of America. The texts are mainly religious, sometimes taken from psalms of biblical passages, while the music utilizes deep bass voices. The call and response method is a succession of 2 distinct musical phrases usually rendered by different musicians, where the second phrase acts as a direct commentary on or response to the first. Much like the question and answer sequence in human communication, it also forms a strong resemblance to the verse-chorus form in many vocal compositions. Examples of call and response songs are the following: Manish Boy, one of the signature songs by Muddy Waters, and School Day Ring, Ring Goes the Bell by Chuck Berry.